English language research indicates that vocabulary is learned effectively and efficiently when students are provided with a word together with a definition. Students have the opportunity to review a new item at least 10 times in meaningful, varied ways. Students have the opportunity to experience how the word is formed and to hear how it sounds. Students learn single words as well as combinations of words, known as lexical chunks. Now, Quizlet is a digital tool which allows teachers to satisfy all 4 of these requirements. It can be accessed inside and outside the class. It can provide definitions of words. It provides frequent encounters of the target vocabulary in a variety of different study modes. And it can be used to teach the form, meaning, collocates and sounds of words. So I'm going to show you a number of sample vocabulary cards which I've created with my international students in mind. So I'll start with chemistry. Okay, as you can see, this is a conventional way of using Quizlets via word and definition flashcards. It's effective for teaching single words, and with the upgraded version of Quizlet, teachers can record a UK English pronunciation as opposed to the pre-supplied American English version. They can also upload their own image, as I've done here.
Absorption. Endorphin.
Okay, now I'm going to move on to talk about different ways of teaching international students using lexical chunks on Quizlet. Before I do, I should mention that after having researched a text using LexTutor, I also use a site called Just the Word, which shows me the most frequent word combinations to teach. Here's an example using the word illustrate. Okay, I should say at this point that the ideas for flashcard formats that you're going to see have been inspired by Leo Sullivan's recent talk for IATEFL on Quizlet. I've just applied his ideas to a CLIL context. So just to return to this screen, okay, so the word illustrate is most frequently collocates as a verb noun with illustrate a point. Okay, it's got 269 occurrences on the corpora. Okay, and as an adverb, something is well illustrated, that's quite common. And it combines with the preposition as. Okay, and here's a couple of different ways you could teach collocations occurring in subject texts. I'm going to start with history. Okay, so these are adjective noun collocations with definitions. For example, aerial bombardment, allied forces, heavy artillery. These were all in research from texts which I got from departments in my school. And it's possible to have a number of collocations on one card. So for example, here you've got hand-to-hand, close, unarmed combat. And if you number them, you can also number the definitions. Alright, so to move on to biology. Okay, so these are mostly adjective noun combinations. So you've got genetic change, genetic code, genetic factor, material engineering. Again, with my own image uploaded. This is a bit tricky when you've got lots of collocations because the image has got to sort of be quite general and encompass them all. So you might decide not to include an image here. You can also decide not to include definitions. This is really, the purpose of this is really to do with collocations rather than definitions. Students should already know the definitions of the head word, really. And if you look up here, for those of you who aren't familiar with Quizlet, there's lots of different ways of modes of students studying these collocations. We're just going to do one, I think. Let's have a go. I'm going to learn. Oh, that's an interesting choice. So we would type in, or the student would type in, okay, so you get the idea. As you can see, I've tried the others before talking to you. Right, to go on now to art. Now these are verb noun collocations, so to earn a global reputation, to influence a choice of theme, to capture a moment, but you can also include an element of grammar practice as well, because you've got the auxiliary here. You know that you need the present perfect, and in fact it asks for the past participle in brackets. So students not only have to recognise the collocation, but type in the past participle form of the verb. Okay, going on to finish up with geography. So this is again adjective noun combinations, and this time I've chosen to put the word class on each of the cards. So actually, sorry, we've got nouns, verbs and nouns here, and this time I've gapped the target word, and just to help have given the students the first and the last letter and also a clue. Alright, so that brings me to the end of my short talk. I hope I've convinced you that digital tools can be useful in supporting international students in their subject-specific vocabulary learning.